everyone. We're really excited to kick things off at the tech stage. First, would love to welcome Zaki here. He has been in the blockchain space since 2013 and is an expert in cryptography and distributed systems. He's the co-founder of the Iqlusion validator as well. And for a little spicy take, in his words, layer one is done, and he's really excited about DEXes and DeFi. So I'm really excited to welcome him and to hear more about that in his talk. So yeah, Zaki, welcome.
Hey, nice to meet you guys, and nice to be here. So I guess like the course of my work, just to quickly summarize, back in 2015, 2016, I was part of like a very small group of people who were working on scalable blockchains, with the dream that someday somebody might actually want to use a blockchain. And it's really exciting now to be in 2021, and people are here and using blockchains, and that's really cool. And for me, I'd say I'm mostly known for a couple of areas of work. One was sort of jumpstarting the whole idea of having the validator community. The other one was doing sort of the Cosmos launch. And then the third area was just sort of layer one design. But honestly, for me, I'm no longer excited about layer one design because I think that we pretty much mostly figured out how to build a blockchain. There's just a bunch of engineering work left. And now I'm really excited about apps and protocols, et cetera. And I wanted to talk to the Celo community about sort of decentralized exchange, automated market makers. I suspect that the Celo community is sort of new to DeFi in a little way, in many ways. And things like one of the big successes of people actually using blockchains is the product market fit and the success of the decentralized exchange space. Again, something that has been speculated about for maybe the last 5 years is finally we're starting to see what does this look like in practice. And as I have been watching the Twitter stream and the Twitter streams and other parts of this conference, it's very clear to me that DeFi and decentralized exchange are coming to the Celo ecosystem. So one of the things I'll sort of make the point is in my opinion, automated market makers which are a very particular form of decentralized exchange, are probably the sort of core unit of what makes DeFi possible on a blockchain, or in a blockchain ecosystem. And so I expect that we will see that we are sort of very rapidly transitioning into a world where there is an automated market maker on every blockchain. The automated market maker becomes the corner store for the blockchain ecosystem, and the corner store for the interchain, multi-chain, interconnected blockchain ecosystem, where you get to run down. And there's a bunch of different sort of use cases for an automated market maker. Okay, so let's definitions first. What is an automated market maker? An automated market maker is a system in which traditionally, if you have used something like Coinbase Pro or Kraken or something, you see this order book flashing in your screen, blinking lights. And in that world, there's makers and takers, buyers and sellers, and the market makers look no different from any other trader on those platforms, that they're playing a very important role in sort of matching supply and demand and sort of intermediating between them. And in conventional markets, this is a very sort of fancy, high finance activity, where large financial players play this role of lubricating financial markets through their automated market, through their market making activity. Automated market makers are, and specifically constant function automated market makers, the Uniswap-like constructs, are systems in which there is a simple computer program where anyone can say, hey, I would like to bring in assets that can be traded against. And then anyone can just access that program and say, I would like to buy something, I would want to sell something. The price is computed automatically and non-interactively using like simple and increasingly complicated on-chain math. And then you get your asset. Why is this cool? Well, it's cool along a lot of different layers. One is it is a truly permissionless price discovery trading environment. On Uniswap, on Ethereum right now, there are more than 30,000 asset pairs being traded. And this is a huge mechanism. But there are many other layers of this that like sort of just unlock an enormous number of use cases. Another use case is stable coins are like sort of core to the heart of what Celo is all about. And the ability of AMMs to allow for very efficient swaps between stablecoins have really changed the world. It used to be in the blockchain space that you might complete a transaction, have a stablecoin, whether it's Tether or USDC or CUSD, and be like, well, I have this stablecoin, and the next trade I want to do, the counterparty, the thing I want to buy, doesn't take that stablecoin. And now I'm like, you have this very complicated process of trying to find an OTC desk, literally get someone up on the phone who can like sell you and convert your stable coins for you. And the automated market maker space has radically changed that. And then the third place that like this has been so exciting about automated market makers is that they enable the automation of things that you could almost call like prime brokerage functions. So let's say you have a lending protocol on chain and collateral needs to be liquidated. In the old world, you'd have like prime brokers who would lend money to someone who wanted to arbitrage that and buy the discounted collateral that's being liquidated, and have to have to sell, and then like you would sell it and convert it and repay your loan and make a profit. This whole like flash loans concept that has emerged in the DeFi space is basically the automation of prime brokerage functions. So I think I've explained why automated market makers are really exciting, and them coming to the Celo ecosystem is going to sort of unlock a lot of new possibilities. But one of the things that I think is kind of like my mission right now is to try and convince sort of everyone in a community to start exploring being a liquidity provider. We have a real opportunity to reshape finance right now in a way that like brings this market making function, this liquidity providing function, and making it available to sort of everyone, to the common retail end user. This doesn't need to be only the like sort of activity of sophisticated firms. And because anyone can put liquidity into these pools, you can have I would say that like a lot of my work in 2018 and 2019 was convincing people that staking, running validators, being actively involved in governance was a great way to bootstrap new blockchain communities. I think that what we're going to see as this sort of DEX landscape and the multi-chain DEX landscape emerges, liquidity providing is going to become just as important as staking and participating in governance and sort of bootstrapping communities. And so I'm very excited about the emergence of automated market makers in the Celo ecosystem. And I think that what I would encourage everyone to do is learn how to be a liquidity provider and potentially participate in the emerging AMM ecosystem here. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. It was super interesting to listen to that. And yeah, I loved hearing about this idea of increasing accessibility for folks to become liquidity providers. Like what an awesome concept. Yeah, thank you so much again.
Thank you.